How do you record it?
All right, welcome to the first episode of the After the Siren
Yeah,
podcast
yeah.
show. I'm Albert. I'm with
I'm.
Joe.
Oh, not gonna let me introduce myself.
Introduce
I'm
yourself
Joe.
now.
I'm Joe.
How you
Both
doing, Joe?
19 from Florida. Albert, I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
Doing great. My
That's
physical
good.
therapy exercise doing great for my ACL and PLC corner.
Oh yeah, let our new friends. What happened to you?
All right, so I was playing soccer, and went for a challenge and cleat got stuck in ground, got kicked from behind, knee buckled, and I flipped. It was nice.
Dude has a nasty scar on his leg.
Yeah,
All right.
that's sick.
So how the point of this podcast is for American viewers, we're introducing you to the great sport of footy.
Australian
Isn't that
rules
right?
football.
Australian rules football.
It's got the best of the NFL and soccer where there's no commercials, running clock in a NFL, but here there's better hits in the AFL, no pads, no
No
nothing,
pads.
high
No
scoring,
pads.
full throttle action. So
Along
today,
with your weekly MLB updates coming
yeah,
as
we got
well.
we got that too. We got that. So if our Australian listeners out there, we got you covered on both sides. This week we're going to go over
Indeed.
match week 1 of the AFL, go over a couple news and injuries. This is our first one, so it might be a little rough. We'll give you our players of the week, our goals of the week too, and our predictions of the year. Like who's making the finals, who's going to be the grand champion, who's going to be the wooden spoon, last place. Then we'll do our week 2 pick 'em, and that'll be it. Sound good, Joe?
Sounds good. Now, before we start, I just want to let you guys know we are not no pros. We don't understand every little advanced statistic of the AFL. We're completely new to this kind of.
Yeah.
So don't take everything we say to heart. Take it with a grain of salt sometimes. But
Yeah.
we know what we're talking. We know sports. We know what we're looking for.
Yeah.
So you can trust us. You can trust us.
Yeah, we got this. All right, so let's just jump right into the thriller. Sunday morning at 1 a.m. Eastern Time, the Fremantle Dockers went to Adelaide to play the Adelaide Crows and won by 1 point with Heath Chapman with a goal
82,
line
83.
clearance. It absolutely insane right there. That clearance saved the game. Fremantle won, picked up the 4
Well,
points.
I'll let you take this one because Fremantle's your team.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I gotta say is Fremantle was dominating the first half. Got out to a big lead, just carrying the game. But our kicking accuracy is not very good. We had too many behinds. We're getting the right positions to get a good shot on goal, but our accuracy is wavering. So if we fix that, I think we'll
I
be
completely agree
good
with you.
contenders. But third quarter,
I
they
agree.
came back and had a little comeback. And other than that, I think it was a pretty solid game, first game of the year. Got the win. Just gotta make those improvements.
How you feeling about Fremantle? Do you think you got a good team?
Yeah, I'm thinking got a good young team ready to make that next step. My dog's about to bark at a lizard.
Do you have them? Do you have them in your top 8 at the end of the season?
We'll get there.
We'll find out. Like it. All right.
right.
Second
Your
game.
thoughts on that game? Your thoughts on that game, or
Melbourne. Oh, the Fremantle game.
Yeah.
That's your team. I'll let you take that one. I got nothing. Once again, Chapman. Yeah, with the hero. I must say, for Adelaide, is it Rachel? Right. I think it's Rachel. That kid, magic.
Yeah.
He got the footy. He was running all over the pitch. I mean,
Yeah, he
absolutely
was
insane what this
very
kid
dominant
do the
display.
ball. For
Very
sure.
dominant display. All right, next game we have the defending champs Melbourne return to action with a win by 20 points over the Western Bulldogs, who made the playoffs.
Now this is the repeat of the final, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, for me, from the end of the first to the second quarter, I thought Western Bulldogs I mean, I thought they were going to pull away with it, honestly. They were dominating Melbourne, I think, almost every single facet. Melbourne, they just couldn't slow down the Western Bulldogs attack.
Yeah.
But going to the third and fourth quarter, I mean, they just showed how good they are.
Yeah,
And
Melbourne really.
I think it's going to be just like 2021 for them.
Yeah, they just took off in the fourth. You could see their championship pedigree.
Christian
Care business.
Petraka, I think. Christian Petraka, if I believe I'm saying that right. I mean, he's the leader of this team, basically. I mean, I won't be surprised if he is player of the year.
Yeah.
With all his disposals, all the stats like that. I mean, he's a different kind of breed.
Yeah, I agree. He's a very good player. He really showed up. 24 kicks, 8 marks. Like
that's one thing. I love the marks of this game. I mean, you got people jumping on each other's backs.
Yeah, using them as a springboard. Like, come on, the NFL is soft for not allowing this.
Oh, I wonder how often. I mean, these guys are getting hurt. I mean, you're basically taking knees to the back. I mean,
yeah.
That has to cause hella injuries.
It's a rough game.
I know.
I was getting ready to play some Australian rules football, but tore up my knee. So
when you get healthy, we'll have to show our fans.
We'll put that on
get some friends together.
After the Siren socials, YouTube. We'll do some challenges and stuff. We'll do some fun stuff once I'm clear to do more stuff. Baseball and footy wise, we got this.
Oh yeah.
Gotta make sure all our fans know that on the socials.
Might have to play two-hand touch though.
Yeah. No, we gotta start off with non-contact stuff because it might be a year before I can do contact stuff.
Albert has to take it easy for the time being.
Yeah. I'm just too aggressive once we start playing.
Yeah, whatever you want to say, buddy.
What's the next game?
All right, you want to take
Richmond? 101 to Carlton, 76 for Richmond. I mean, Richmond.
Richmond.
They look bright in the start.
Oh yeah, I mean that midfield. The midfield for them continues to be a problem for them, and I think it'll continue if they don't fix something up. For Carlton, though, I mean they're at the bottom of the table last year, and correct me if I'm wrong, but they seem like a real team.
Yeah,
the atmosphere. It feels real, like what they got going on.
Yeah. They really pieced stuff together over the off season.
They played some hard football, hard footy.
Look at the stats here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players led in fantasy points, all from Carlton. The top 6 fantasy points coming out players were from Carlton. They absolutely dominated this match.
I like them this year. I honestly, I think
they're a dark horse.
I mean, you want to talk about a team like Carlton who's near the bottom and potentially. Now I know Richmond isn't a great team either, but I mean they just dominated them, and it kind of reminds me like if they can do something in the NFL. I mean I remember the Niners had like the second overall pick, one of the worst teams. That very next year they won the Super Bowl, and I mean I think Carlton has a shot of doing that.
Yeah. Like in Cincinnati this past year.
Cincinnati, I guess that's even more recent. Yeah.
If you have a nice young core and they gel together, they start playing well at the top of their game. Anything can happen. I think that Carlton has an outside shot and they're definitely going to finish way better than they were, about mid-table. They might push for the top 8 though.
Mm-hmm.
Are you want to take over this next one? You're St. Kilda Saints taking the beating by 17 to Collingwood. Any thoughts on that?
It was tough to watch. I mean, Collingwood, they have these 2 new coaches, McRae and I don't know how to say that guy, DeCoys, I think. I mean, the 2 of them together, I mean, Collingwood has some progress going forward because it really does come down to the coaching. I mean, the scheme, how you guys want to play the game. And I think the connection that these 2 guys have is really good going forward. I mean, they put St. Kilda under pressure the whole entire game. They ran at St. Kilda all day. and it became a essential tactic that they're going to move the ball fast and they're going to score faster than the other team, and it really worked. Like they had efficiency to score the ball, they had a drive to score the ball unlike St. Kilda, and I think there has to be some different type of how even
Tactic.
feeling, I guess, in St. Kilda. I mean, they're not thinking as a team. They all want to be individual. They want to get the ball and score, but they don't have that player to do. They don't have that star player that could just take the ball and dominate. But I must say, did you see Jack Hayes in the third quarter?
Yes, I was about to mention him. He had a great game.
He looked unstoppable. If he plays like that the whole entire game, I mean, going forward, he can be that guy that they can build around and potentially go and win the cup and stuff like that. I mean, I think he might have been my favorite player.
Top 8, though. They were mid-table
That
last
one,
year.
they can build around him. That's what I'm saying. Build around him.
Yeah, he's a good building piece.
And potentially he can lead them to the next step. You know?
Yeah, I agree.
For sure.
Next,
anything else you want to add, or yeah, you agree? Okay.
That's your team. I let you take your own team. This next matchup, the Geelong Cats putting up 138 over Essendon. They won by 66. Yeah, it was quite impressive. I liked them last year. Last year when I was watching the highlights and stuff throughout the playoffs, because I watched all the finals, grand finals.
It's almost like it's like fine wine. I mean,
there's no step back. They just continue to go like a well-welded machine.
I mean, they got better as the game went along. I think that's obvious to see. And for Essendon, that the defense is not. They did not fix it. I mean, it's still a problem for them. I mean, 138 points. I mean, that's the most of the week, right? Yep. I believe so. I mean, and by a long shot too. 138 points. Like, I mean, that's pretty impressive
what's also scary
to put up or to give up.
Not only did they had 20 goals, they had 18 behinds. Imagine if they were more accurate with those behinds. It's a scary team.
I mean, it could have been more ugly.
I think they might be one of the favorites to win.
I have them high.
Year. It's not solely based off this game, but last year. They're high up on my list.
Yeah. Same here.
All right, we got the next game. We got the Sydney Derby. We got the Greater Western Sydney Giants versus the Sydney Swans. Sydney Swans came out with the win.
I mean, easily game of the week.
Yeah, it was back and forth. It was back and forth.
I mean, yeah. If you want to tune in for a game, this is the game that you wanted to watch. I mean, high scoring, very aggressive game, great footy all around. You might even say for Great Western Sydney that maybe it looked like a step behind from last year.
Yeah.
I mean, it's only one game, so I don't know if you really want to put that on them right now. See what they do next week. But I think that they can be a better team than what they showed up against Sydney.
Yeah, I agree. But the Sydney Swans were very impressive in that fourth quarter. They really just took the game by its horns and ran away with it. It was back and forth all day until then.
For sure. All right. Brisbane Lions versus Port Adelaide Power. Brisbane with the 80-69 victory. Nice score right there.
Yep. Very nice.
I mean, I think the biggest thing to take away from that game was all the injuries to Port.
Yeah,
and
they
I mean,
suffered a
even
lot.
like going against next week. Who are they playing next week? I don't think it's overly good team.
They're playing Hawthorn. That should be pretty easy for them.
They have all these injuries now, so we'll have to. People are going to have to step up for them.
I think their depth pieces I think will make the step up. They just
Brisbane
I felt
looks
like
good.
Port Adelaide was the better team in this game, and they just handed the game away.
Too.
They just handed the game away late.
I thought so too. Danaher, I believe, for Brisbane. I mean, he was good mostly for the game.
Yeah.
Definitely one of their key pieces, and I think he took Port and all their injuries and definitely made a disadvantage to them.
Yeah, I agree. All right, next we got one of the games for the Wooden Spoon.
Oh,
got-
jeez, honestly.
Hawthorne versus North Melbourne. Not much to say,
58
but,
points. Are you kidding me?
North Melbourne. That's my dad's favorite team, and I'm not letting them live
Oh
it
my
down. That
goodness.
they might be going for back-to-back wooden spoons.
I think so too. They just looked way too tall out there. I mean, you need some small guys out there with some speed that can like make moves and stuff like they just look lethargic on offense. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah,
It does not look good for them going forwards.
Yeah, they need some changes. Our last game of the weekend was the Gold Coast Suns versus the West Coast Eagles. Gold Coast Suns surprised me and took the dub here.
I mean that's their first win ever against the Eagles, if I'm correct, right?
Yeah.
I mean that's a big stepping stone for them.
Yeah.
Going forwards.
Yeah, Matt Rowell with a big game, key component of that.
Oh yeah.
But just two teams that I think they're both gonna struggle this year. I think just based off of last year, who do you think's going to do good in this? At least two, West Coast or Gold Coast?
It has to be Gold Coast. I mean, West Coast going had to be the favorite, I think. And I mean, they beat them by 27. I mean, that's not an easy thing to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Gold Coast.
Yeah.
All right. Move
All right,
on to our players of the week.
Yep. Or we're going to do news and injuries first.
Okay. Yes.
All right. We don't have much news or injuries for our first episode because guess what? We're kind of new to this, but next week we're going to get better every week. I'm just going to tell you all that. We're going to get better every week.
I mean, I think the biggest news has to be what's his name? The poke to the eye. Yali?
Yeah, Willie Rioli. Yeah.
Willie Rioli. Yeah, not that.
Yeah. Hit the guy in the eye, banned for one match.
And
I saw that I think the Melbourne coach or the Western Bulldogs, one of those coaches completely blew up in the press conference and just left right in the middle of it. I saw that like late last week, but
I mean, Rioli. Well, going back to we gotta go back to this Rioli thing.
Yeah.
I mean, he had just coming off a 2-year suspension of drug doping, I believe, and then mixing like his urine with tampering, I guess.
Yeah.
And then your very first game back, I mean, a match ban, it's not looking good. I mean, you just can't do that.
Yeah.
You just can't do it. And I mean, he's played the game long enough, even though I know 2 years off is everything, but like, I mean, it was an ugly thing to see. And I mean, week suspension is definitely and stuff like that.
Yeah. It's really messed up. All right, other news, we got Carlton's coach Voss. He's still coaching in isolation, which just makes Carlton's win over Richmond that much more impressive. But going forward, what are they going to do? Is he continually going to coach in isolation, or are they going to put like an assistant in charge until he's back? What do you think?
I think he continues to coach in isolation. I mean, they did a good enough job against Richmond. I don't see a reason to change it up for the time being.
Yeah. If he continues this next week, I say just keep it how it is right now.
I mean, might as well. Yeah.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. But
exactly.
That's just how it's going to go. All right, ready for predictions?
A player of the week, right?
Yep. Oh, wait. Yeah. We got
player and goal of the week.
Yeah, player of the week and goal of the week. Who's your player of the week, Joe, and why?
I have Carlton's Patrick Cripp. I mean, I think he might have been one of the most dominant on the field players. I mean, 30 disposals, 12 contested and 3 goals. I mean, he's definitely one of the main reasons why he won. I won't be surprised if he got 3 votes from this and goes on to win Player of the Year.
Yeah. So that was a very good game from I'm just going to go with probably the defensive play of the week. Securing the win for Fremantle. Keith Chapman. I mean, you
some
can't
bias
come up
there.
with you can't have a bigger play than that. The ice in his veins, just dispose the ball, just get it out of there. I think that just makes him player of the week. If it wasn't for that, I don't know who I'd pick.
A little biased there. I mean, it was definitely a great play.
I mean, that was probably
a little biased.
A little biased, but come on, like
it was one of the best plays of the week. I'll give you that.
Yeah, it was. You gotta give the defender some love, you know. Just can't keep pounding these forwards. All right, my goal of the week was Mabior Chol. I hope I'm saying his name right. I'm sorry if I'm saying your name wrong. Maybe he'll come on be a guest. Let's talk with us. We'll see. But his soccer skills goal, his teammate had the ball rolled between his legs, dribble it to his left foot, shot it from the ground into between the two goals.
It was very impressive. I almost picked it to be my goal of the week. For me, I had O'Neal from West Coast.
Yeah.
I mean, throughout the game, I mean, he obviously loves showing off his skills. I mean, the ball's on the ground. There's about 10 guys around him. He picks it up, does a spin. And as soon as he's done that spin, he goes and kicks it up through the post. Yeah. And there's like 5 defenders around him. I just love what this kid could do. And I picked him.
I almost picked Tom Barras. He scored his first goal after he played 100 AFL games. That's quite impressive for me with how high scoring the league is. Just 100 games and he finally gets his first goal. I almost picked that as my
brightest in the league.
All right, now we got a prediction time. Our fans' favorites. Who do you got for you going to the finals, the top 8? Who's your champion?
In the top 8.
Say your champion last.
Yeah. So in the top 8, I have Geelong. Is it Geelong or Geelong?
I think Geelong. I don't know. We might be Americanizing it.
Maybe. So I have Geelong. I have the Sydney Swans. I have Melbourne, of course. I put Carlton in there. GWS Giants. Great Western Giants. Yep. I have Brisbane. I took Collingwood as well. I like the new coaching. I think they can definitely make the jump into the top 8. And I took Port. I think
outside. That's my prediction.
I think for Port, once they get the injuries taken care of, I think it'd definitely be a top 8 squad.
Yeah.
And then my champion, I think we're gonna have a new champion this year, and I went with Geelong.
I have to change my
Sorry, we can have the same one.
All right,
we can have the same one.
We go After the Siren has a clear-cut, unanimous.
Two brains think alike, or wait.
Yeah, I mean,
2 great ones.
Geelong Cats, I think, by far, based off what they did last year. I think they were kind of robbed in the finals, not getting to the grand final, but they were faced a hot Western Bulldogs team. But yeah, here's my top 8. You got Geelong. Obviously, you got Melbourne, Brisbane, Port Adelaide. I think Port Adelaide's going to be a little bit lower, but once their injuries get solved, they come back, they're fully healthy. I think they'll do great things. Got the Sydney Swans, Greater Western Sydney. I think those two teams, they're just solid teams right there. And then
agree.
Dark horse, the only way this team is going to make it in is they figure out their kicking accuracy, because that's what cost them last year and in previous years. I think Fremantle will crack in on the final day to get into the top 8. Just look at what they did. They absolutely dominated Adelaide Crows. But their kicking almost cost them when Adelaide started growing into the game more and started dominating. But I think
kicking is the best way to score in this league, and if they continue if they play like they did last week, they're not going to be top 8.
Yeah,
I'll tell you that much.
They need to make figure stuff out on the training ground. Just I don't care. Just put like goggles on them. Just have them work on the accuracy. And who's your wooden spoon?
All right, who's you? Oh, you want me?
Yeah, you go first.
I really don't want to do this. I have North Melbourne again.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, North Melbourne fans. It was ugly watching them play. I mean,
I agree.
It's either them or
I'm gonna go
Richmond
a
for
little
me.
differently than you. We'll go differently than you. We'll say
Okay.
Hawthorn. Because Hawthorn did not look great. And yes, they beat North Melbourne by 20. But at the same point, it was
North
not
Melbourne,
impressive at all.
So. It was not. I mean, how are they going to be last if they beat North Melbourne by 20?
I
You
think
know what I
North
mean?
Melbourne's going to squeak out a couple victories. That's all.
It was either them or Richmond for me, honestly.
Yeah.
Uh,
Hold on, I'm adjusting my leg.
but
Oh yeah, if anyone in the AFL tears their ACL, my heart goes out to you. I know that pain and feeling.
This dude hasn't showered in like a week.
What
Absolutely
contact-
stinks. That's why I'm not at his house. That's why we're doing it like this.
Wow, I mean I've showered the last like 5 days in a row. Come on, you gotta give me some
Absolutely
credit.
disgusting, this guy.
Hey, I'm stronger now. I'm stronger. My physical therapy's going good. All right, my boy Jonathan, he's got me covered. All right.
New PCL. Soon you'll be
PLC,
amazing. You'll be superhuman, basically.
when we dunk it.
All right, week 2 pick 'em.
All right.
I don't know about
Rapid
that.
fire for this. Rapid fire for this. All right. Western Bulldogs, Carlton.
Western Bulldogs.
Carlton. Book it.
Oh
Book it.
my goodness.
We'll put our
I mean,
records throughout the year for our pick 'em. We'll do that.
Even with the coaches out for COVID-19,
Yep, I think Carlton.
you still picking Carlton?
Yeah. We'll put our records so then at the end of the year we got standings and stuff. Maybe.
All
Yeah, I
right,
got our-
Sydney
I got our fans to pick
Swans
too.
versus Geelong.
Who you got? Geelong.
I took Geelong.
Yeah,
Yeah, Geelong. Yeah,
That's the same with me. All right, next one.
they're winning it
Collingwood
all. They're winning it all.
Collingwood or Adelaide Crows?
Collingwood.
Collingwood, yeah, I agree. Essendon or Brisbane?
Brisbane.
Brisbane, yeah. Poor Adelaide or Hawthorn?
This was tough. Hawthorn is not a good team, but I am sticking with Port even with the
I agree.
injuries.
The injuries might cost them, but I'm thinking Hawthorn's going to finish dead last.
I think they're too deep of a squad.
Yeah. Melbourne or Gold Coast?
I mean, it has to be Melbourne. Melbourne's the team to beat right now, and that's really all to it.
Yeah. Melbourne's top of the hill. Everyone's looking up to them. All right, North Melbourne or West Coast Eagles? Two not so great teams.
I think I'm going to go for maybe a mini upset here. I'm taking North Melbourne. First win of the season. You know, it's a home game for them.
We think way too much alike.
Home game for them. West Coast is flooded with injuries. I think it'll be close, but I got North Melbourne.
Yeah. I agree there. I like their matchup because North Melbourne's dominated them over the last 3 matchups. And it wasn't even close. All right, Richmond or Greater Western Sydney Giants?
I got the Giants. Richmond's midfield game's just still too spotty for me. I got the Giants.
I got Richmond in an upset there. I like what Richmond did in the past against them. Oh, I feel like
I think you look
played
too
a
much at the
very-
past. You got to look right now.
well, I'm looking at the past, and,
And right now, Richmond does not look good.
Richmond's upset that they lost to Carlton, so they're going to be guns a-blazing out there trying to rebound really good. You know,
And I think the game that both me and you will be watching now.
the After the
Fremantle
Siren
versus
Derby.
Kilda.
We got the
Yep.
Derby going. Maybe maybe you'll come over one day and we'll watch the replay, start to finish. Maybe we'll get some clips for our socials for our After the Siren Pod. You know, get our
Make a little
reactions.
TikTok. Go follow us on TikTok. After the Siren Podcast.
Yeah, we'll get everything sorted out. We'll put all our socials underneath our YouTube video or our podcast is.
Uh-huh.
Instagram
And I
after Siren
actually
Pod.
for this wait
All right.
for this game, I actually picked the score.
Oh,
I said Fremantle. I said Fremantle 94, St. Kilda 103. I think St. Kilda has that chip on the shoulder, and I think Fremantle's luck runs out.
I think all right.
Not going to be another last minute.
If you're going to
save.
do a score prediction for this one, I'm going to do a score prediction. I think Fremantle's going to get 92. St. Kilda, their offensive woes will still continue, and they'll finish with 83.
Maybe. Okay, that's a fair score. Maybe. Maybe switch it around. St. Kilda wins. But
no shot.
It'll be definitely interesting game, and I look forward to it.
All righty. So
All right.
that wraps up the show today. Thank you for watching.
Should we give them a name? Should we give them a name?
After the Siren Pod?
No, our fans. Should we give them a name? You know what I mean?
Like name our fans, like a group of fans?
Yeah.
We'll have them vote.
We'll put it on Instagram. Go follow the Instagram.
Yeah.
Go follow all the socials.
Albert. After the Siren Pod. All right. So I'm Albert.
And tune in for the MLB podcast coming soon.
Coming out later this week. We'll probably do the CBA agreement and maybe look at either National League or the American League, get our predictions for that.
Yeah, we'll do some the free agency winners, losers, stuff like that. That'll be fun.
All right. That ends our
He's
show
Albert.
today.
I'm Joe. See you later.
See ya.